Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today I'm bringing you an emergency Seiko video. Since I had a couple of cool new divers come in, I wanted to shoot them real quick and get it out this weekend. My own wrist check. I'm doing the Long Island Ray, which is that blue ray with the double dome and the Super Oyster bracelet. You could also make this yourself in your watch your way. And haha, the Bambino with that cool mesh bracelet I showed you in a prior video. And I'll be doing sapphire crystals for these soon. It's coming. Let's head on over and check out these new Seikos. So I had three new Seikos hit today, and I wanted to do a quick video on all three of them. These two are pretty new. This guy not so much, maybe 6 or 8 months old. So what have I got here? I've got a green Sumo SZSC004. I've got another 62 Mas, that 62 reissue, SBDC077, and SBDC073, the Frost Monster. I love this thing. I'm going to start with it. I'm going to rip through each one pretty quickly, do wrist shots of all, and then finish it. So holding the Monster just feels so right. Feels like my Gen 2, the orange one that I wear in the videos. It's everything Monster. Case, bezel, crown, bracelet, weight, feel, heft. But we've got a couple of differences, mainly on the inside. Inside is beaten with a 6R, all these, by the way, all the watching show you beat with a 6R15 movement. That's Seiko's higher end, 23 jewel movement, hand wind hacked, 50-hour power reserve, 21,600 beats per hour, Spron mainspring. Gorgeous watch. They call this the Frost Monster because of the gorgeous dial, and we'll pull in on that in a second. So, I told you the movement. It is 42.5 or so in diameter, just like all Monsters. About 13 thick, 47.5 on the tip to tip. That 20mm Monster bracelet. Hard Lex, domed hard Lex crystal, slightly domed, with a Cyclops. Obviously a screw down case back with all the Seiko, markings. And the water resistance, it's a real diver. It says divers on the dial, so it's ISO 64285 rated, 200 meters, nice 120 click unidirectional bezel, and of course it's got that, oh, I got my glove in it. It's got that signature Monster look to it. Let's zoom in on it. So it's called the Frost Monster, obviously because of that dial. It's that blue-white dial. It's not like a snowflake where it's kind of like a linen look. It really looks like it's frosted over. It's absolutely beautiful. Silver hands, silver indices, obviously loads and loads of LumaBright. We'll flip out the lights in a minute. You can see on the bottom. These are Japanese models. You can tell by the SBDC in the part number. Of course, it's going to glow like crazy. It is a monster. Look at those hands, look at those markers. You will never have a problem reading that. Check it out. There's the pip up here. My finger will cover it for the dive bezel. Totally amazing. So the only thing I did not tell you yet is the price. They are $5.99, which kind of falls in line with a lot of their other 6R15 stuff. The direction things are going. Let's move on over, and I'll go to the most expensive one of the bunch. This is the SBDC077, which is that 62 Mas reissue. I've done the blue dial, the black dial on camera. This is now that green dial with that cool, that center or that circular effect where it goes from green, it fades to black. Beautiful bezel. It's not a ceramic bezel, but it's certainly coated. I think the bezel's like a dark green. It's kind of hard for me to tell looking at it in the studio light, but to me it appears to be a dark green. It is reflective. And this watch, let's get into some of the specs. We're still running on the 6R15 movement from Seiko. It's still around a 42.5mm case, 14 thick to that domed sapphire crystal. It's about 50 millimeters on the tip to tip, just shy of 50, and it runs with a 20mm bracelet. There have been some options now from strap code for a lot of the 62 Mas watches, so you can look for those on the website because those will fit this watch. As I said, it is sapphire. It's anti-reflective sapphire. Water resistant to 200 meters still. And what else do we got here? Nice engraved screw down case back, Seiko Wave. Screw down crown, knurling. I mean, it's the same stuff, guys. You pull out the crown, one click sets the date, one click sets the next click out sets the time. It's got LumiBright. You don't need me to turn out the lights to show you how bright it's going to be. This one is more expensive though. It is $949, and you might say why? Well, there's a lot of different things going for it. There's a lot more work in the bezel. There's a lot more work in the case. There's certainly a lot more work in the bracelet. Look at the bracelet. Look at the facets in the bracelet. Still runs on the 6R15, as I said. More expensive crystal. It's also got DiaShield, which is basically Seiko's coating for stainless steel that makes it, what, like 2 to 3 times harder than normal stainless. So hopefully it'll resist scratching for a long time. Typical Seiko buckle. Really nice. So again, this is the SBDC077, and that will bring me up to the last one, the Sumo SZSC004. So you may know that I am not a fan of the Sumo, and after seeing this watch, I still am not a fan of the Sumo. I don't know, something about it that just does not appeal to me, but that's fine. You know, you can't like everything. Let's get into this one. So again, still a 6R15 on the inside, which is awesome. It's 44 millimeters in diameter. It's 13 thick. It's a little bit bigger on the tip to tip. It's 52. And it is a 20 millimeter lug. Same engraved screw down case back. Mineral crystal. Our price is going to be at $549. This is a little bit of an, I hate to say older model, but it is. You know, the guys I just showed you, you know, these just came out. This came out, I want to say maybe almost a year ago at this point. In the beginning, they were unavailable to me, and then I was able, you know, I was able to get them. I never did get them, and then finally, when I started getting these other guys, you know what? Let's grab a couple of these and throw them in the store. Silver hands, you can see them. Black and yellow seconds hand. Silver indices, obviously LumiBright again. Beautifully done chapter ring with yellow accents on it. It's pretty cool. Let's see, 6R15 movement, I had said, but still, so when you get that, you get a 50-hour power reserve, screw down crown. Again, guys, it's all the same stuff. One direction changes the date. One click, 2 clicks out will change the time. You will notice that all the watches I've showed you today have this Prospex X on the bottom of the dial, and that just signifies it's part of their professional specifications watch set. So watch is made, you know, professionally for real divers. 120 click bezel, and you know it bears the diver's mark 200 meters, which means it has met ISO 6425. I haven't shown you a lot of tags, but here you can check out the tag. Proudly made in Japan. All of these are made in Japan. They're all Japanese models. Let's throw each one on the wrist in turn and then finish it up. So we will work backwards, starting with the Sumo. You know, probably a little bit too big for my wrist on a 52 tip to tip. It's still it's a good size watch. Like I said, it's definitely not one of my favorite divers from Seiko. But if you like it, hey, that's great for you. Onto that 62 MAS with the green dial. You know, for every watch you don't like, there's at least 10 that you do like. I love this one. I probably like the Patty version better because it's got the blue dial. But this green dial is so cool. Look at that. Check out the effect it gives. Really nice, really striking. Quite beautiful. And then last is that Frost Monster. This is definitely my pick of the bunch. It looks absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. The dial is great. It fits great. You know, like I said, I wear a Monster, and they're all pretty much the same size, same case style. I love it. From the silver hands, I don't know why the silver hands just work so well with that blue and white frosted dial. Totally awesome. Definitely a winner. I decided to put them all in a quick loom shot before the end. I've got the Monster on the left, the 62 Mas reissue in the middle, and the Sumo on the right. It is interesting to note that the Sumo does not glow as bright in comparison. It still glows fine. You'll read it with no problem. But that's just because these other watches really have the LumiBright applied like thick, gloppy paint. So it really shines through literally in this situation. I would be remiss in saying that all of these watches, all three of them, have a diver's extension link in the bracelet that you can deploy to fit over a wetsuit. They truly are watches for professionals. Anyway, this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you 3 new Japanese Seikos. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.